Your birthday is in 24 hours and you feel nothing. While people around you orchestrate elaborate celebrations spanning entire weeks, you're approaching the anniversary of your birth with the enthusiasm you'd reserve for a dentist appointment. Your friends find this baffling. Your family suspects you're being deliberately contrarian. But what if this isn't peculiarity? What if your brain is executing a sophisticated protective strategy? Let's examine the psychology of people who treat their birthday as unremarkable. This goes significantly deeper than casual indifference. We're looking at attachment patterns, control dynamics, mortality awareness, and the architecture of self-worth. Birthdays force you into the spotlight, whether you consent or not. For some people, that's psychologically intolerable. This relates to spotlight effect anxiety, genuine discomfort when attention concentrates on you. But it's not simply social anxiety. It's fundamentally about control. Consider the structure of birthday celebrations. Other people determine how you're celebrated. They select the venue, choose the gifts, perform that excruciating song while you sit motionless, contemplating whether faking a medical emergency would be socially acceptable. You become passive in your own narrative. For individuals with high autonomy needs, this is genuinely distressing. Personality research indicates that people with strong internal locus of control, those who believe they actively shape their outcomes, report lower satisfaction with conventional birthday celebrations. They prefer maintaining operational control rather than becoming a passive recipient of others' planning. But there's a paradox here. Some people aren't avoiding attention because they don't want it. They're avoiding it because they want it intensely. Imagine you're 8 years old. It's your birthday. You've constructed an elaborate mental scenario over weeks. Specific decorations, particular friends, that toy you've been fixating on. Then your parent forgets the cake. 2 friends cancel. Your sibling shows more enthusiasm for the food than your existence. This is the birthday expectation gap. Psychologist Susan Krauss-Whitborn explains that our brains constantly generate predictions. When reality deviates from our mental simulation, we experience prediction error. The larger the gap between expectation and reality, the more intense the negative affect. Here's the adaptive response. If you frame your birthday as ordinary, you eliminate disappointment risk. It's emotional insurance. You can't fail a test you never take. These individuals learned early, perhaps from a forgotten birthday, perhaps from a celebration that went catastrophically wrong, that 0 expectations equal 0 disappointment. This isn't humility. It's strategic emotional management. Now let's address something uncomfortable. Birthdays are mortality counters. You're celebrating proximity to death. Congratulations, here's cake. Terror management theory, yes, that's the actual term, posits that humans carry uniquely stressful awareness of their own mortality. Birthdays function as annual reminders that time is finite. Some people respond by celebrating more intensely. Others cope through avoidance. Research on mortality salience shows that reminding certain personality types of death causes them to minimize milestone celebrations. This isn't conscious. They're not explicitly thinking, "This birthday brings me closer to non-existence." But subconsciously, their brain is managing existential anxiety, and treating the day normally functions as a psychological sedative. Here's something counterintuitive. Some birthday avoiders are actually the most birthday-obsessed people you'll meet. There's a subset who experience what I'll call idealization paralysis. They hold such a perfect, crystallized vision of what their birthday should be that reality cannot possibly compete. So they shut down the entire operation. It's like having a novel in your mind so flawless you never write it, because actual words could never match your imagination. These individuals often score high on openness and neuroticism in the Big Five personality model. They're creative, feel intensely, and are their own harshest evaluators. The idealized birthday exists perfectly in their mind. Perfect people, perfect moments, perfect emotional resonance. Anything less feels like failure, so they choose nothing. They preserve the fantasy by never testing it against reality. From external observation, it appears they don't care. Internally, they care profoundly. They're just terrified of disappointing themselves with impossible standards. Researcher Brené Brown calls this foreboding joy. the inability to fully engage with positive experiences because you're preemptively defending against potential disappointment. Not everyone developed in cultures where birthdays function as individual validation ceremonies. In many collectivist societies, individual birthdays aren't emphasized the way they are in Western individualistic contexts. Some cultures don't celebrate on actual birth dates. Others focus on family and elders rather than making one person feel exceptional for completing another solar orbit. If you developed in an environment where birthdays weren't culturally significant, treating them casually isn't psychological avoidance. It's baseline normal. You never internalize the narrative that birthdays should be monumental. You're not rejecting anything. You're just being yourself. Context always matters. Here's a perspective that reframes everything. Some people treat their birthday as unremarkable because they're actually the most psychologically integrated people in the room. Authentic self-esteem, the genuine variety, derives from internal validation, not external celebration. People with secure attachment patterns and robust self-worth don't require a designated day to feel valued. They feel it continuously. They're not performing indifference. They're genuinely content. The birthday is pleasant, certainly, but it doesn't determine their worth. They already know their value. Meanwhile, people who need spectacular birthday celebrations are sometimes, not always, but sometimes, compensating for not feeling special the other 364 days. So what's the psychology of people who treat their birthday as ordinary? It's multifaceted. It's control dynamics. It's protection against disappointment. It's cultural conditioning. It's existential anxiety. It's impossibly high standards. It's authentic self-worth. Or perhaps they genuinely forgot their birthday is tomorrow and aren't operating at this level of psychological complexity. Either way, when someone casually mentions it's their birthday without fanfare, don't assume they're being difficult. They might be navigating the psychological complexity of modern celebration culture in the way that feels safest to them, and that's entirely valid.